Good morning, students. Today we will start the second unit of our book Beehive. So, first of all, open your books at page number 17. This unit is divided in two parts. First part is Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it. It is written by Deborah Cowley. Let me introduce the story first. This story is about a girl whose name is Evelyn Glennie, who was born on 19th of July 1965, and she is a multi-percussionist. She plays instruments like xylophone, drum, etc. And it is a motivational story. It inspires all of us to overcome our physical disabilities and achieve our dreams and goals just like Evelyn did. Someone has said, God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. Now here the story begins. Rush hour crowds jostle for position on the underground train platform. A slight girl, looking younger than her 17 years, was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. Now first scene is at the railway platform. Jostle means to push roughly. Here was a great crowd at the railway platform and everybody was pushing each other to get way. A slight girl, slight means small and thin, that was Evelyn Glennie. She was looking younger than her 17 years and she was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. Why was she getting nervous? Actually, that girl belongs to Scotland. Scotland is a countryside. It has a very slow life and it has farms. And she got admission in Royal Academy of Music in London. Now she was moving towards London, and London has a very fast life. That's why she was getting nervous and she was excited because she got admission in Royal Academy of Music. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting enough. Daunting means frightening, means scaring. Daunting enough for any teenager. Teenager means the person who is in his or her teens, fresh from a Scottish farm. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. Profoundly means absolutely, completely deaf. Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. Gradual means slowly. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. They called her name and she didn't move. When it was turn of Evelyn to play the piano, they were calling her name, but she was not getting them. She was not listening to them. I suddenly realized she hadn't heard, says Isabel Glennie. Isabel Glennie is her mother. Then she realized it that Evelyn was not listening to her. For quite a while, Evelyn managed to conceal. Conceal means to hide her growing deafness from friends and teachers. But by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated. Deteriorated means reduced. And her headmistress urged her parents, urged means requested, her headmistress requested her parents to take her to a specialist, to a doctor. First, she tried to hide her disability, but later on, when she started getting very low marks in all the subjects, then this problem came up to all, and then her principal advised her to take her to a doctor. It was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve damage. They were advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids. Hearing aid means an equipment fitted in ear that helps a person to hear to some extent, and sent to a school of deaf. Everything suddenly looked black, says Evelyn. Suddenly looked black means when you suddenly get a sad news or you see blackness around you. But Evelyn was not going to give up. She decided not to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. Pursue means to follow. She wanted to follow her interest in the music. One day, she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes spotted her potential. Most of her teachers discouraged her as she was deaf, and it is very difficult for a deaf person to learn music. But her percussionist means a person who plays drum, the tabla, etc. Ron Forbes, he spotted her, he saw her potential, and he began by tuning two large drums to different notes. He started giving her the training. He tuned two large drums to different notes. Don't listen through your ears, he would say. Try to sense it some other way, says Evelyn. Suddenly I realized I could feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. Then she realized when she stopped listening, she tried to stop to listen through her ears, but she started feeling the music, and she found that now she was able to sense the music of the higher drum from her waist up and the lower drum from the waist down. Forbes repeated the exercise. He gave her a lot of practice of this thing, and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibrations. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. Now what happens after a lot of practice, that she started feeling music through different parts of her body. Now rest was her hard work and practice. She never looked back from that point onwards. She toured the United Kingdom. Toured means travelled the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra. Youth means young people. Orchestra means group of musicians. And by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. By the time she became 16 years old, she decided that she is going to make career in music only. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. She gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performances. Solo means single performance. At the end of her 3-year course, she had captured most of the top awards. Captured means achieved. And for all this, Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. If anyone says she has done very well, she never acknowledges it. She is very humble and down to earth. If you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. And she got right to the top, the world's most sought after. Sought after means liked by many people. Multi-percussionist with a mastery of some 1,000 instruments and hectic international schedule.